A lot of Mohawks don't vote in Canadian federal elections. Hi, it's Emelia Fournier here with La Converse. Some non-Indigenous Canadians might not know this or might not understand it, but a lot of Indigenous people choose not to vote in Canadian elections. Mohawk people are part of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, so it's a confederacy of 6 nations, and they have a living treaty called the Two-Row Wampum, where the Haudenosaunee government and the Canadian government are not supposed to meddle in each other's affairs, and they're supposed to respect each other as nations. Now, obviously, the Canadian government has meddled in Haudenosaunee affairs. Some Mohawks don't vote at all, even in band council elections, because they see voting as a departure from their traditional forms of government. So the longhouse governance structure, where clan mothers select leaders that would serve the community. It's a lot of consensus-based decision-making instead of simple majority. A lot of Kanien'kehá people are pretty disenchanted with Canadian politicians. They say there's been a lot of empty promises, especially when it comes to land back. So, they don't really see much of a point in voting for a government that's not really going to serve them. There are a few Mohawk people who vote. They're a small minority from what I've heard. If you want to hear from some Mohawk folks directly, here's some clips I took in Kanehsatà. Could you tell me if you're voting in the Canadian federal election? And
No, I don't.
why not?
Because it's our belief as Mohawk people that we don't partake in the white society voting, because we found that they've broken promises all along the way. So why vote for them? And then it basically is giving them recognition that, yes, we have the Mohawk people voting for us. No, we don't. We're different than you, but we are part of the society. Don't forget, you're the invaders of our land, and governments, religion, courts have always screwed us.
In our case, because of our treaties, the British Crown is the guarantor, the federal government is the trustee, and we're the beneficiaries of that trust. So of course, in any trust, I'd have a say in who's going to administer my benefits. So that's as far as I go with voting in the election.
Are you voting this year?
I'm thinking about it. I want to avoid, if my one vote can help, avoid the Conservatives coming into office. These guys are only oil and gas. They work definitely for the energy industry. They don't really much care about anything else. They pretend they do, but I don't trust Poilievre. Poilievre is just another version of Harper and maybe worse. The environment needs protecting. Conservatives are definitely not the party to do that.
All right, so you'll just look at me, not at the camera.
Okay.
Can you tell me a bit about why you choose not to vote in the Canadian federal election?
Ooh, goes back long ways with my parents not voting, my grandparents not voting. Being traditional, raised traditional, we feel that we would be stepping outside our own nation, that there's a case for sovereignty, being sovereign. And if I went, say, to vote in the U.S. Elections, that would take me out of being who I am, which is Haudenosaunee, 6-nation confederacy. And I've really tried all my life with my husband to walk that very strict path. We married in the Longhouse with our chiefs from the 3 communities. We've named our children in the Longhouse. So we've really tried very hard to maintain that sovereign position.
I also interviewed some folks in Kahnawà, the Mohawk community that's across from Montreal on the south shore of the St. Lawrence River. That piece is written only, and I also have written an extended piece on what people from Kanehsatà had to say. So visit La Converse's website for those articles.